be very quiet. Kick back. Listen up. Subscribe, comment, and like. Pod Deep Podcast. Pod Deep.
Episode 36, Pod D Podcast, restarting. I'm Jay Hughes, and said that's Rizzle, aka Hot Rod. Welcome back to the podcast. Let's just jump right in. You know how we started. We started off with our deep thought question of the week. Said, take it away.
All right, deep thought question, fellas. You are an NFL owner, and you're owner of a team. You're a player who's had an 8-year career with you. He's been the model player for your team. He's been the model player for your city. He's taking you to some great places. You never won the chip, but he's been a team first guy all 8 years. Team first, squad first. He ride and die for the team. All right, it's now come where you got to rebuild. I mean, there's nowhere else to go, but you got to start rebuilding, retooling. You, as the owner, are brought over two choices. You have a choice to trade this guy to a terrible team and get a great pick that could be the face of your franchise for the next year, say like a Peyton Manning type. Or you can trade this guy to a team that he would want to go to that would make him a contender, but your franchise won't be as good. So you would play him for more like a 6th-round pick. Okay. So what do you do as the owner? Do you reward the player for being always a team first guy, brought your team some success, and trade them to the place that you want them to go? Or do you do what's best for your franchise and you trade them to a bottom feeder and you help your team future? Everybody got that?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, J-Rock. Let's start off with you. What you think?
I trade them in the way that will help my team. You know, you have to think about your team. When you're an owner, you can't think about individual players too much, where it hurts your team, your organization, your investment. So yeah, I trade him and get the most for that trade for my team. So yeah, that's how I would play it.
Okay. All right. Rizzle, what you think?
I hate to throw caveats in there, but what position does he play?
Let's say he's let's say he's a QB.
Okay, that makes it easier because if it's a running back or wide receiver and they've been there for 8 years, I got all I'm gonna get out of them, so it'll be easy just to let them, get rid of them. But yeah, I think I'm in line with Jared. I got to do what what's best and the best for the organization, especially we got to rebuild. That 6th-round pick ain't gonna, it's not gonna be good as a top pick. So I would, and he's been there for 8 years. I'm sure he's been paid handsomely. So yeah.
One caveat I forgot, guys, as I was doing it. My bad. I kind of rushed through this. He has taken several discounts for the team. Like I said, he's been a team first guy, has taken several discounts, restructuring to get under the cap to make it work every year and year. Again, team first has been always a team first guy. Does that change your opinion, Jared?
Not at all. Same thing. You got to think about your organization. But one thing I would try to do is, put in a good word from him. I wouldn't stop him from making a trade, getting traded to the team he wanted to go to. Meaning, I wouldn't badmouth him. I would give him a recommendation, to the new owner.
Well, that's the thing. You can send him to a place he won't win, or you can send him to a place that he will win. He wants to go to the place, of course, that he will win.
Okay. So he will win,
but your compensation,
team.
Right?
Yeah, you got to let him go to that bad team.
Okay. Does it change your opinion, Rod?
No, I'm wait a minute, because we saw one recently with this, right? Matt Stafford, right? Matt Stafford, the Detroit did him a solid and traded him to the Rams. And what did they get a first round for him?
Yeah, they got.
Oh yeah, the Rams just giveaway picks.
Right, they got several first rounds in golf.
So shit, that was a win-win for both of them in that scenario. I guess I'm gonna stick with my original take on that. I would trade him to, trade him to a team that benefits me and gives us a higher draft pick.
Okay. Hughes.
So we never run a championship, but he's been like a all-star player for my squad, right?
Never won a championship. He's taken you to the playoff deep a couple of times, but never completed it.
Yeah, I don't care what his position is, just for the sake of the organization and the business. He's gonna go to that bottom feeder team. I'm gonna let him know in a couple of years I'm gonna bring you back and I'm gonna retire your jersey. And that's business for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm sending you to the bottom feeder team. You can actually retire in training camp if you want to, but don't matter. You did me a solid. Unfortunately, I can't return that favor. That's it for me.
All right, Eric, what you think?
So my thoughts on it is, my first thought was take the best compensation. It's a business. But after thinking about it a little bit further, my thought would be, if I treat him right and send him where he want to go, maybe they can help me lure more free agents because they know I'm going to take care of him when it's all said and done. So, yeah, I may lose on that trade, but I'm looking to strike with the free agents and winning the public opinion and keeping my organization as a place to add people, free agents or draft, a place to go because I'm a player's owner.
Okay.
But if you pay him, don't matter what kind of owner you are? If you write the biggest check?
Well, that's my point. He done took discounts for me for 8 years, he said. So he must like the way we running things. I'm hoping to get the next free agent out there that's looking for a change. Hey, I can't pay you, but I can get it for a discount. I'll take care of you. If we can't cut it, I'll take care of you on the back end. I'll get you to somewhere else if we can't do it for our run. So, I try to win my reputation war over this one player getting a paid Manning. Hopefully, I'd rather win public opinion and win more clout with the players. Maybe I can get some top flight free agents on a discount.
All right.
I don't see that one on the free agent market, but okay, I hear you.
Okay. So we got three side with the owner. 3 will go owner making the best, trying to get a better pick a higher level pick on the trade, and I'm gonna also go with doing a solid for the player, because in my mind, this guy he's paid his dues for me. He's gave me 8 years. He's gave me some playoff runs. He's restructured contracts so we can get better players. He's been a team first, community first guy. So one, I want to look good to my fan base that, hey, we take care of our own. And I think Ant had a point too when he says it's just something about doing what's right for people that's done what's right for you. So
it'll come back.
I think that's it. It'll come back to me. I think it's good karma. I think it'll come back to me. I think making that choice. And again, with draft picks, you just never know, right? You never know where a draft pick can go. The higher the pick, usually the better. But you never know. But I do know I had a solid cat. If I'm rebuilding, I want to send him somewhere where he'll have some success. And hopefully I can rebuild and have me some success. So
yeah, that sounds good, but there's a lot of other on the surface. Yeah, that sounds good, but there's a lot of other factors that play into that. Because what if this year that dude is available? You ain't
Right, like if we did,
huh?
I was just saying, this year's draft ain't nobody like that.
Okay, this year, but I'm saying in our scenario, what if his guaranteed replacement is there?
Yeah, it's tricky because you're right. It can go both ways. But for taking everything on the surface, for what the guy has done or given me, he's giving me playoff runs. He's giving me flexibility. I was able to run my team in a way that can make us, successful. I think I owe him a solid to get him somewhere that he could possibly win a championship. So that's how I see it.
I think we seen that. I think Seattle did Russell Wilson a solid.
Oh, they did.
No, Seattle got 3 number 1 picks.
Now, what I'm just saying is they sent him to a place where he can win. Where Texas sent Deshaun Watson to Cleveland.
They didn't send Deshaun Watson to Cleveland. Deshaun Watson chose Cleveland.
Yeah. Watson was
in Seattle. They first of all, I think they feel Russ is washed.
Yeah.
And they figure like, well, shit, he ain't the quarterback for us, and we can fleece him for 3 first-round picks. That's a win-win.
Right.
So them kind of players, like you said, it's kind of hard. Said the dude's been solid for 8 years. For them to give him away for a 5th, it's gonna be. I mean, I don't know where they give you a real good player away for a 5th. They ain't doing that no more. Do they?
What did the Indianapolis Colts get for Peyton Manning?
He was the number 1 pick. Oh, you mean no? He left free agent.
They cut him.
Yeah,
they cut him.
Yeah, he left.
That's right.
He was coming off that injury, wasn't he, Rodney?
A neck injury, and they had luck. They had the number 1 pick. They had luck coming up.
Yep.
So when I think of that scenario, you're talking about a solid guy. They didn't keep him on the payroll. You know what I'm saying? Would he go the next year or the year after next and went right to the Super Bowl? Yeah,
but the thing about him, he was injured. This guy, in our scenario, this guy was not injured. You just rebuild him because you hit a rough patch, and you take care of the player, or you go business first. That's kind of what the gist of the scenario was.
Yeah.
Or you can add a little twist. You go ahead and just pay the man.
Niggas always making up their own rules to my questions.
What I'm saying is, or you could just pay the man.
You could just pay the man. All right, question of the week.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're going to piggyback off that question of the week. This is first topic. All right. Try to stick with this one. I'm going to lay it out. Just stay within the rules on this one and just give me, your answer. How would you handle it? So, all right, you hit a lick. You've been scamming. This is pulled straight from the news. You've been scamming Amazon with your friends. You figured out a way to create some fake invoices, and you hit Amazon over the course of a year for $10 million, right? So you got this money, straight cash going into your bank account. Of course, you know they do all when we hit these licks, we do what everybody does. We start buying houses and cars and all that shit, and then you get locked up and they take it away, they seize it. But you know the feds are coming. You know this is short term. So you know you're going to jail. Let's say you're going to jail for 7 years for this 10 million. You know they're coming. You need to hide some of this money so when you get out, you have something left, you know, some of the money left. You don't just give it all back or blow it, you know, buying cars. Where do you hide this money at? You know you're going to jail. Where do you have the money at? How do you have the money?
Easy for me.
Say it, go ahead.
Easy for me. I'm slitting it between y'all. Easy. It's easy. If y'all can't get no danger for doing it, and I'm just taking all the brunt, they can't find you. Because I figure I can't give it to my wife, can't give it to my brothers, can't give it to anybody that's related to me because they'll track it down. I'm gonna flip it to y'all. No offense to any of y'all. I'm gonna get a bulk to Ant. So I just want to make sure that I get it when I get out. I know it'll be taken care of. I'm sure y'all can use a piece of it if y'all need it. Y'all get in the spot. The reason why I put it with Ant because I think he'll care for it the best at the end of the day. But y'all 5 getting that 10. So I need y'all
You don't think he will come after us?
give me a little piece. If they can't come after y'all, because in a scenario I believe they wouldn't come after nobody's not related to me. Y'all don't share a bank account with me or anything like that. Y'all not connected with investments or anything with me. So I'm dropping that total of 10 between y'all 4.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
All right. And you go next. Sound like you got a plan. Looks like you have a plan.
Honestly, my plan is real janky and real suspect on what it was going to be. I thought that they would come after y'all because they know we've been knowing each other for so long. Like that would be the first place that they would go. They know family and they know y'all. So with that being said, I would try to find an associate somewhere and make a deal, cut a deal, where they get a portion of their 10 and then I get the money back. And I probably would still like spread out the money with y'all, but I would be looking to just to try to get half of the money. The rest of it I'm gonna use to give someone $1 million or $2 million to watch my $5 million, and then I give y'all the rest.
All right. So you're gonna spread it out. Kind of the same thing. You giving it to one. You finding one person to pay to hold the money.
Try to find someone that I kind of trust, and I figure I'm gonna give you $1 million just to watch my money for them 7 years, and then I give y'all enough to where it ain't they can be looking and seizing y'all stuff. Because if y'all get hit with $2 million into y'all account, they coming after you. They're gonna be like, where you get the money?
All right. Right. What you got? You want to go next? I mean, you don't have to hide it. You can just give it up. Say, here you go. Take me to jail.
Fuck that.
I mean, but I hate being this person, but like, don't you gotta do you do your time and that's it? They don't come after you about that money that you skimmed.
Yeah, most of these cases they make you pay restitution, but it'd be like $30 a month, and you'll never pay it back. You just play broke, get a regular job, and pay your $30 a month,
and try to.
But you go dig up this that 10, some of that 10 that you saved, you go get that and spend it.
Yeah, I guess I'd probably you know, maybe give it to my cousin. You know, he's yeah, maybe give it to him to hold or something. I don't know.
All right. Use what you got.
Hey man, it's simple for me. I'm removing my name off my daughter's birth certificate, and I'm dumping that money directly to her trust account. I'm going with investments account. I'm hiding it. I don't think they think that I know what I'm doing. I'm using my wife's maiden name to have account to hide that money in, and that's how I'm gonna play it. That's how I'm gonna play it. I'm building my
Yeah,
baby a
I
trust
think you gotta
fund.
be a little slicker than that, Squeeze.
Man,
I'm
we
gonna
ain't trying
tell
to
you.
get out of jail no more.
I'm gonna tell you because normally when the IRS trace something, they just look for bank accounts. They don't look for investment accounts. So that's why I said investment accounts. Not what's your average criminal, got a fidelity account or a stock account or something like that. So that would probably be the last place that they look, or a trust account for your
Well, I was
No,
speaking more towards these maiden names and
and
and purging your name off of a birth certificate.
check,
Yeah. Hughes ain't
this
coming out of jail.
So check this
And
out real quick. Throw out my wife's maiden name. Yeah, see how quiet it got? Nobody knows.
We ain't the motherfucking feds.
Yeah, nobody
You gotta
knows.
look on Facebook. We can find it.
yeah, and Hughes,
If we look on
just to let
Facebook,
you
we'll
know,
find it.
they look at the investment accounts even closer than the regular bank accounts.
Yeah, it ain't. I don't think it's the IRS. It's like the FBI, right? It's like
Yeah,
it's like
look.
accounting forensics and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
too.
I'd rather
And
take
I work in the fraud industry, Hughes. So they will go all that stuff you talking about you doing. They've been and seen it and locked the account up before
Hey,
you even get halfway through it.
I'm gonna roll the dice with them scenarios more so than picking a stranger or my cousin and have to try to come out and kill somebody. Because when I come out of jail, I'm gonna be looking for $10 million, and I don't want to hear all I got is $250 for you. I've been to this country. I've been to this. Man, I ain't got time for that. I've been doing my time thinking about $10 million, and all you got is a Happy Meal. Like, let me talk to you for a second. I'm gonna give it
So
to
you
you.
want
Man.
to take that 7 years and make it 25 years.
Exactly. So I'm gonna do it, and I ain't gonna even tell my daughter that I'm doing that shit. I know her information. I'm not gonna tell her that, So I don't want her to know too much of anything. So that's a scenario I'm gonna go with.
Okay. All right. I think about this shit all the time. I read these fraud stories all the time. PPP loans, scams getting caught. So here's what I'm doing. You can't keep it. I hope I didn't back you into a corner with the setup, but you can't keep it as paper money. You got to convert it over into something else. So I'm going like to New York and buying gold bars and diamonds, something you can bury and hide. And I'm going out like into the woods where I think no houses will get developed, no farmland, just out, in different spots that I can try to remember and dig a hole and put that shit in the ground. Put some here, put some here, put some here, and try to remember it or map it out. Come back to it, cash it in, and get your money.
So you
Nobody.
if you about to go down, you going to buy jewels and gold bars.
Yeah.
Something hold its value.
Yeah.
A big old bag of it, and then go bury it in the backyard.
Yeah. They never plan for getting caught. They always buy cars and houses and shit. But yeah, as I'm scamming, I'm buying gold bars, I'm buying diamonds, I'm buying whatever, that holds value. Like you said,
gold bars and diamonds to? Where are you going to sell that at?
You can sell gold anywhere. You can take the diamonds back to pawn, back to diamond dealers. You can resell it. You can sell gold in North County.
Is that creating a paper
they buy
trail?
gold. Depending on how much you trade in, and if you're not careful. But if you trade in $5,000 worth of gold, I don't have to trade it in. At that point, you can give it to somebody else to trade in. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying when you going out making these purchases, ain't that creating a paper trail?
Oh, you got to buy it. Yeah, you could, but you have to buy it under the table, Hey, I'm
Okay.
buying this cash, no ID. You know, buy it in a shady way. Maybe overpay for it, but you
Yeah.
know you stole the money and you're going to jail. So
Right.
So you said
you know what I'm saying?
probably
Yeah,
get about
yeah,
6 million. I'm
Say
gonna
it
have to
again.
say, Jay, you probably had the best plan out of all of us.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Of
I've been
work.
thinking about it for 30 years.
Yeah, that's actually a good plan if you knew it was coming. Definitely. Yeah.
Hughes, you getting everybody locked up with that one.
Man, dudes ain't coming out of jail.
Yeah, said you getting us investigated. One of us
Right.
gonna fuck up and buy a coat or a car or some shit.
They hit my account no goddamn well. I ain't never had no $1 million. So
how-
where did you get the million from?
Even if I gave it to y'all in cash, like how would they know? Like how? I mean, it'd be reasonable suspicion, but if I say, look, I'm gonna drop y'all $1 million a piece. I'm gonna drop y'all $1 million a piece in cash. I'm expecting I'm expecting at least half of it when I get out in 10 years. Don't go crazy. But how could they link it to y'all?
They not what they gonna do if we put it in our bank account. That's gonna bring, where we gonna put it at? Where we about to put 2-3 million in cash at? You want it underneath our mattress?
I want it in your basement. Motherfucker, in your basement in a cedar closet. I want it in your basement. Yes.
That's tempting as a motherfucker. That's like a safe full of $1 million.
But that's your fee. Your fee is $500,000 of that million. You get half. That's your fee. That's your finder's fee. So you could say, oh man, I ain't gonna fuck see it. I'm gonna take this 500 million. I'm gonna live off of it. 1,000 here, 2,000 here, 20 grand here. I'm gonna continue to work, and I'm gonna eat off of it. That's my fee.
Right.
As long as I got half, we'll be straight. I think it'll be work because they couldn't track it to y'all. They can have suspicion, but how could they track it to y'all?
Only way I can see us getting away with it if we take months going to the casino. You know, and
Now he's saying keep it in the closet and don't never spend it.
well, I'm saying that would be the way that you could say that you have winnings at the casino to where you could put it in your account.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You don't have to really play the slot. You could play like 2-3 spins, take that damn slip, you know, or put like 1,000 on the table. You know, you win a couple, you lose a couple, and you just cash all that shit out. You just keep doing it.
Basically laundering your money through the casino.
That's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you're doing.
You motherfuckers got it. we get away with it.
The biggest problem.
I meet you boys in Bermuda in 10 years and we live it up.
The biggest problem with your plan, said, is my wife gonna be like, where this 2 million coming from?
Look, you gotta chill. You're gonna have to chill. You're gonna have to chill on that.
That's just one of the conversations where it's like, listen, the more I tell you, you'll be in jail. So you gotta trust me on this.
Right. It's good that you don't know.
It is.
Okay. All right.
Good question, Jack.
All right. Thank you. Here we go. Let's switch this up. Let's see if we can make this work. Name 1 or 2 nice things your child's mom, baby moms, whatever you want to call it, your first child's mom did for you. Name 1 or 2 nice things. I just want to see what the answers would be. If you guys need a second, I can go first and kick it off. Okay, Hughes, go ahead.
So I was applying for a job, walked into the facility, dressed up for an interview.
Hold on before you answer that. It has to be selfless. She cannot benefit from it, and it cannot be kids involved.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So walked in, dressed up, probably around like noon, 1 o'clock. She was smiling. She was a receptionist at the time. Spoke to her. She was like, "You here to take me out for lunch?" "No. I'm here to see so-and-so, so-and-so. I have an interview at this particular time." And she was like, "Here?" "Yeah, here. Can you let so-and-so, so-and-so know that I'm here to see her?" So the lady comes out, and my daughter's mother stopped the lady and said, "Hey, I know him. I went to school with him. He's a great guy." And, pretty much gave me like the thumbs up on my interview and stuff like that. So I got the job. We were working together. The second thing she did was I let her know that I wanted like a game console. So she bought me like a Sega Genesis. So that's it.
So she bought you a gift. Okay, all right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Go ahead,
I'll go next. My shit like that. I couldn't, it's like that last one. So I got she got me a nice ass watch. Like it was a good it's like a $500 watch. And this is 1995, 96. So $500 watch, that's a decent a real good investment.
Still is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I don't think we wasn't really working no major job, to where you could where you could make the type of purchase and it would be, easy. So anyway, I spotted it and didn't think I was gonna get it, and she got it. So that was like, whoa,
All right.
So that's my one.
That's selfless.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Who wants to go next?
So with me, I don't know if this will be the rules, but I'll tell you the story. So when we first separate or whatever, child support, right?
You stole mine.
So child support was a certain number, back in what was it? 2009, 2008, 2009. And I got hit with child support. I was making a third of what I make right now. Not even a third. So all these years, she has not, and she had she had the opportunity. I don't understand why she didn't, but she has not raised child support on me for the last 16 years. I paid the same amount of child support. She ain't went back to the court. She ain't got more money. It's been paid faithfully all these years, but I thought that was super solid of her, because any judge probably would have saw, oh, he making this now versus making what he was making. Mm-hmm. I could triple or quadruple whatever it was. Mm-hmm. So for that washed away all the other stuff that could have ever happened.
Yeah.
She stayed solid with that. She just stayed solid with that plan. She kept the money that she was getting, and it's been like that. And I'm still paying it until CJ leaves. So I still got about another year to pay.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, solid. That was it.
Yeah. Okay, so no increase. That's good. When she knew you were making more money. That is solid.
Yeah.
The average broad would tear your ass up.
Yeah,
about 4 or 5 times.
It would have killed me. The average person. The average. I don't need to the average, but we know bras that would have just took you to the cleaners, and she could have took me to the cleaners. She really could have took me to the cleaners, but she didn't. Not at all. Not at all. So as a result of that, I'm getting a little bit off the topic. As a result of that, I don't argue about nothing. Whatever you want, whatever they need, they got.
All right. And you got one?
No.
You still with your first baby mom. So everything feels simple. All right. You want to pass?
I'll pass.
All right. I don't want to make mine so ghetto. Everybody like all uplifting with their shit. So we were at this, back to that story with that Delta 1986 Delta 88 on rims. We're at the laundromat in Baden. I don't know why we were in Baden. We didn't live in Baden. We're at the laundromat getting ready to go in. I'm in that car, this ghetto hood car with the rims. And I don't see it. We're at the laundromat, and there's some guys basically waiting for me to get out of their car, probably to rob us. and she saw it coming and she stopped it. It was just something I never forget. Not stopped it. She let me know about it and we just drove off because I was about to get out the car and probably get set up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. Another thing, she was the one who taught me how to drive in the first place. So that felt selfless when I was thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And child support, she never put me on child support. We came up with an amount and I just paid it. And she never, you know, we had our ups and downs, but she never went behind my back and turned me in. So those are three things
Yeah.
that, yeah. Now, I thought about these stories that I was going to tell, and I was thinking, like, damn, were these things really selfless? The child support thing. Maybe she didn't put me on child support because she found out she would have got less money from me on child support. So was it really selfless?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's smart though. That makes sense that
Well-
somebody is making a conscious effort because I had the opposite of what I was paying more, and then when it hit, it became less, and then they did a modification a couple of years ago. So you know, yeah, if somebody recognizes that they're making more with you doing, you know what I'm saying, then yeah, that's a hit up. You can get somebody that not know, and then you know lose half that money.
Let me go back to that laundromat story because I thought about that too. Was that selfless? Because if I would have got robbed, she would have got robbed.
Yeah,
That's not really selfless.
she saved her own ass.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I thought.
Nah,
Go ahead.
you can't look at it like that, Jay, because at the end of the day, they want you in the ride. She step out, they gonna get you regardless.
Okay, I think they would have got both. But
She
the
walked
last
into
one, the last one, she taught me how to drive. Was it really selfless, or what did she need me to pick up some of the slack, make some of the grocery store runs and all that type of stuff? So anyway, I just look at the flip side. But Rodney, you were telling your watch story. I was like, did she buy you that watch because you always late? Or did she want you to have that watch? You know what I'm saying?
She
Just
wanted
playing
me-
with the idea of it.
She wanted me to have that watch.
Yeah. Hughes, on your job story, did she want you to, was she giving you a recommendation? Or was she like, nigga, come on, I need some pamper money?
So hold on, let me
She
think.
wanted to rekindle that flame.
That's funny because I couldn't figure out why she was thinking I was there to take out for lunch.
Like Rodney just said, that flame.
Kindle that flame.
Relight that flame.
Yeah, I was there for business.
All right. I just wanted to see, you know, how the stories would shake out.
That's cool.
Okay, here we go. What is for the party recap? Let me kick this off. And how did I look? It's not how I looked. It's how each one of you look. What look were you going for? What did you think about how people were dressed? More how did you look, not how I look. So let me start off first. And I'm going to go in the order in which I saw you guys at the party. So I come in, Rodney, I see you first. My look, I want everybody to talk about the look they were going for.
Okay.
So my look was, I told you guys, I tried for a good 2 months or more to find a suit. Boy, I had about 6 or 7 suits. You know, I'm chunky now, so clothes don't quite fit right. I'm trying to, get my right, fit. You know, when you buy a suit, you got short, long, regular, all this stuff. Sometimes you have to get your clothes tailored to make them fit. Sometimes they're too long, too baggy, you have classic fit, slim fit, all that stuff you have to go through. I hate all that shit. So I was trying to figure that out for 2 months. So I just gave up. I was just going to wear a suit. But I wanted to be in the theme a little bit. So my theme, or the thing I was going for, was a Godfather type of Harlem, type of look. I didn't want to go with the simple black tie. I wanted to go with the cheesy gold tie, gangster Godfather type look. So that's my look. So anyway, I walk into the party. I'm going to pass to you, Rodney. The first person I see is Rodney. And he says, "Look at you looking like somebody's grandpa." That's what he first said to me. I was like, huh? Caught me off guard. That's my look. We'll get into the recap overall after that. Rodney, I'm going to you. Explain your look, and then you pass it on to somebody else.
Okay. We should have accented this segment by actually posting a picture of each one of us and what we had on.
It's coming up. Give me a second. It's coming up.
So with my outfit, I'm all about themes. I'm all about getting in the mood, getting in the moment. So with it being a Harlem Nights / Roaring 20s type of vibe, I researched or Googled, you know, for I actually came with my outfit like 2 months ago. I said what my vision was. And I wanted to make sure it was cool because it incorporated wearing some sneakers. So I cleared it with him 2 or 3 months ago. I already knew where I was going with it. So I just was looking for that perfect fit, and I found it with the white pinstripe suit. So and of course I wanted to stand out. So that's why I went with white and the red. Had the brim to match, so even had the Tommy gun prop, to really take it over the top. So yeah, I like I said, I really live for those theme parties, and just know if you invite me to a theme party, I'm going all in. So when I came in, first person I saw, well, one of the first people I saw was Squeak. And he was at one of the gambling tables. So I'm gonna turn it over to Squeak. What was you going for with your look?
So I was going for a sleek. The wife bought me a tuxedo this summer. I tried that shit on, and I was riding my bike, and I was a lot slimmer than where I am now. I felt like Sherman Clump in that tuxedo. I felt like I was about to pop some buttons, and when I tell you, like, I really wish I could find a tuxedo that I look good in and that I feel good in. I did not feel good in my tuxedo. You know what I'm saying? I felt good like just looking in the mirror, but moving around, I was like, man, I'm gonna take this shit off. But I really had like the time of my life. My theme that I was doing, I was born from a little Eddie Murphy Harlem Nights, but I didn't come with like my scarf that I had. I left the black one at home. It's like, this ain't gonna hit right. I couldn't find the white satin one, so left that out. And I said, I'm just gonna keep it classy. So I had a lapel that matched the shoes that I had on and stuff like that. So I kept it on that level, had my little white pocket square. I just kept it classy, added the little accent of my what do we call these things? Cuff links. So I was coordinating with a gold theme, black tux, black bow tie, and gold accessories and stuff like that, And so we got there early. We was probably one of the first people couples that walked in the facility and stuff. Using my GPS, I was tripping, figuring out like, we on Union, like, I don't know nothing nice over on Union, but when I tell you that spot was off the chain compared to the directions and following that GPS and shit, we really had a great time. And so I think I saw Rodney first, then I saw Jared, and then I saw Sid. So I'm gonna send it your way, Sid.
I know before you go, Sid, I don't even know if I mentioned like what look I was going for. I was going for more of a, I guess, gangster type of, it wasn't necessarily a Harlem Nights theme for me. It was more of a Roaring 20s type of gangster theme. So maybe a Capone or, Lucky Luciano, something along those lines. That's where I was going with my get up.
Yeah.
So for me, my party, I just kind of wanted to show stop. I just kind of wanted something to stand out first. I had to change outfits. Actually, I had 2 outfits, but the first one I just wanted to just kind of something that just pop. Something that said more of owner of a nice spot. Like I wanted to be like Eddie Murphy or Richard Pryor character. That's kind of what I was looking for. So I wanted to go something pop, something different than everybody else. So that's why I went to red with the scarf, with the I tried to make the accessories pop, a handkerchief and a tie, the same color socks, red shoes, red bow tie, bright red. But my first impression of everybody though, and everybody, y'all did a great job. But I was thinking Rodney, gangster, just like gangster from the 20s. That's perfect. I saw Jared. I'm thinking of the the guy that fell in love with Sunshine. The that's what I was thinking. Buttoned up tie with a hat, ran off with the hooker.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking Hughes' look was more of in the like right hand man along with me running the club, like like Quick to Eddie Murphy, like Eddie Murphy to the Richard Pryor's character, all those guys that worked in the casino.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of. But I thought everybody looked good, man. It was dope. It turned out exactly what we thought it was going to be. So it was dope.
It was great.
It was dope.
Yep. On the screen, you can see says this is your first outfit, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, first out. Second outfit was a white tuxedo jacket, right?
White
tuxedo.
Black, yep. White tuxedo, black pants.
Yep. And that's the look we're talking about. And what did you have on Saturday night?
Sweatpants at a baseball game, freezing my butt off. I can tell you that. But based off of what y'all said, the look that y'all was going for, I think Rodney hit his look. I think Sid hit his look. I think them two hit exactly what they wanted. I thought Jared and Hughes fit in kind of like you said, like y'all was in Harlem Nights. Like Sid is the owner, Rodney the gangster, and y'all two just distinguished businessmen in the club about to go, kick it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I thought y'all did I mean, just by looking at the pictures, I thought y'all did a phenomenal job. It made me more upset that I wasn't able to go by seeing the pictures. Like I think it would have been a real good time.
What would have been your get up?
I probably would have been more. I would have tried to do more like what you did, a gangster look, kind of like with a cigar prop or whatever. Just try to be more of a gangster and a long scarf.
That's what I didn't see. I didn't see nobody with a cigar. Like nobody had a cigar. I thought about it, but I was like,
I thought about it too.
I thought I would see more cigars around.
Like my thinking of it, it would be like I was gonna be that, and then Pam was gonna have the little crown, Harlem Nights. What's Eddie Murphy's girl in that? That's how she was gonna be kind of dressed.
Gotcha.
That was my thought process.
Okay.
Let's recap the party. Let's give some thoughts about the party. How'd you guys feel overall about the party? What stood out? What was good? What was bad? What was indifferent about the party?
I'll go. I think everything was lovely except for the bar. They ain't had no cognac.
Oh, we didn't.
They had no cognac. I'm up there drinking apple martinis, fucking rosé. I'm just like, God damn, I'm just trying to find my niche. But other than that, everything was perfect. Oh, would have really been dope. If you'd have had like some of the staff dressed up as cops bust in and be like, this is a raid. And then made us force us all upstairs.
That Rodney, dude, you hit it. That's exactly what we was trying to do. I couldn't find nobody to do that. I could not find nobody. We had cop badges and cop uniforms. We got 3 people. They all canceled on us. I could not find. That was the whole idea. That was the whole idea. Somebody bust in with a megaphone as cops and get you guys upstairs, man. It's so much stuff that we had planned that went left on us.
Okay.
That it was crazy, but that's exactly what our plan was. That was exactly what we were planning on doing.
That would have been great.
Yeah, it was a great night. Like I said, and Dan was the first one to grab me and be like, yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to Sid, man. He ain't got no cognac for us. And I'm like, oh man. So we were sipping on apple martinis and whiskey sours and shit. So but yeah, everything else was lovely though, man.
I'm gonna tell you, I thought the bartenders did a good job. The first drinks they made was strong, but as the night went on, they was just flowing. You right. They didn't have no cognac, so I was turning up them green apple martinis, man. I was mixing mine left and right. I just it had me out of my element, which I think was good, because you had a different age group throughout the party. You know what I'm saying? Which was cool. You never saw, you saw the older people dancing at the table and getting up dancing on the floor. You know what I'm saying? You saw us down in the basement, gambling and you know what I'm saying? Just women up there gambling and stuff like that. It was just, I had time of my life. My wife had a time of her life. You know what I'm saying? We just really had a good time. Each level just got better and better. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know what to think. At first we was thinking like we was preparing for a wedding, So we went in like, okay, I know it's a theme, but maybe this is the wedding of their anniversary or something. They're gonna renew their vows. For my wife to stand like, I don't know. I think this is like a party. So we got down there. It's like, maybe this is a wedding. Okay. Get my mindset. But as it moved on and we got upstairs and then the DJ, y'all had a band, first of all. So the band was setting it off with the drummer and the cello or something like that. Not no cello, but yeah, maybe it was cello. The band was setting it off. So we had that classical music in the beginning. We didn't have a DJ. We had the classical music in the beginning while we all socialized and played table games. As we went upstairs and had, more of finger foods and stuff like that, you hear the DJ, you know what I'm saying? So y'all did a great job of setting the tones and stuff like that, especially as y'all, transition from different outfits, so it was really good. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Is it on me?
It's on you.
It's on me.
Well, I don't think we want to hear Ant's observations.
My only criticism was it ended too soon. I wish we could have got like another hour out of it. So that's a good criticism when you wanted to keep going. You know what I'm saying? They were saying last call. We were like, damn, what time is it? So soon?
You know,
we could have got another hour.
That's a great point. It made it feel like it was like 2 something in the morning to only have been like 11 something or maybe 10 something, like,
dude, it's funny. It's funny hearing the feedback because, we had it from 7 to 12 at first. And then we were like, it's going to be a mixed crowd. There's going to be some older people there. Maybe 11 is the time. So we switched that. So that's crazy. We went from 7 to 11 instead of, we had it originally scheduled for 5 hours, but we shortened it to 12 hours with the suggestion of the people who were in it. They was like, yeah, it's a long party for older people. And we was like, okay. So we went there. But it's funny that you say that. I'm going to tell you, man, it went off. It was a lot of stuff behind the scenes y'all didn't see, but it went off well. Do y'all know we had about day of, we had about 20 guests canceled. The day of, they called, they were sick, they couldn't make it. That was tough, man, because, you pay per person. You pay, you pay per person. So you losing that money. you thinking about the money going into it. You thinking about going into the day. You thinking about the money you losing because 20-something people ain't gonna show up that you had scheduled to show up. So I was kind of bummed about that. But then when I got down there, man, I saw y'all faces. I was like, oh man, the people, the people, with exception of a few, the people that we won't hear are here. We partying. So I quickly got over that. But it was fun, man. It was fun. And I felt like this was a more, like when I've done my 33rd and I've done and even when I've done my 40th, I think this was geared toward more of us being like couples versus us kind of being kind of single and dating. I want this to kind of be upscale. I kind of wanted for our wives to have as much fun as we normally have. So that's kind of what the whole goal was. Because my wife is just as good as with your wives and your significant others, just like I am with you all. So we are family. So we just want to kind of have a good time as a family. So that was the goal, and I think it was accomplished.
Let me add that while they dancing on the floor right there, I would call it the dining room. People over there conversating, dancing as well. Upstairs, I guess it was like a little I guess like a little loft area that you could look over the dance floor.
Mm-hmm.
They dancing up there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then the I think the most memorable moment of the night for me was when y'all was passing out the whistles.
Yeah.
Back to back songs of the whistle. I mean, at first I thought people wasn't gonna blow it, but shit, that shit was so loud and everybody was on clue with blowing the motherfucking whistle while you turn too short, blow the whistle. It just fit the theme. So it just fit the theme so well. It was just a real good time.
No, man, it was good. We had a good time. We enjoyed it, man. So it was great. It was great.
Your mother-in-law was good. She was getting down.
Okay. Let's go into current events. Let me see. Sid, I'm gonna go to you first on the current events. This is just a section of the show where everybody can just bring up a topic that they want to discuss and get feedback on. So, Cedric, you said why own guns? So, can you elaborate?
Yeah, man, it's just like I'm just thinking about it. I saw a headline that said shooting of kids since the pandemic has doubled, and Black kids are they're 100% more likely to be shot than any other kid since the pandemic, averaging around the ages around 13 to 16. And as we look at this whole mass shooting, all these mass shootings that happen, the United States, we're one of the only places that have an issue with these mass shootings. So I wanted to ask my compadres, how do y'all feel about gun laws? Like, how do y'all feel about it? Because I know there was a point that in my life I thought guns were okay to have. As I get older, I'm thinking about it differently. Like, I try to stay out of places I don't need a gun. I know you use it for protection, but I'm now anti-gun. Like, I don't want a gun. I don't want to be around people that got guns. I just think it's doing something to us. So I'm just interested to see what are y'all opinions on it. Are y'all pro-gun? And if you are pro-gun, why? If you're anti-gun, just tell me why, or kind of explain why. Help me understand it, because I don't get it now. It's got way out of control. So anybody can start on that one.
I'll start. We never owned a gun until the pandemic. And as you said, it's getting out of control. So we felt to even it up, we have to have a gun just in case. So we went out and we bought a gun. It's still in the box. The bullets are still in the box. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like we got it for just in case, because it was getting out of hand and we didn't know how that pandemic was going to work out, and people was just going to be running up on you trying to rob you or whatever. So we got it for just in case. But ultimately, I'm anti-gun. I think they should get rid of it altogether, but that's just me.
Okay.
All right, let me go next. I feel your sentiment. A lot of people get killed. A lot of mass shootings, kids get killed. But you have to have guns to protect. It's always going to be predators preying on what people conceive as being the weak, or just innocent people. It's not even about weak or predator. It's just innocent people, get preyed on. So you have to have a way, or you have to let people have the option to protect themselves, and that's with the gun. So, I am pro-gun, but like you said, guns do fall into the wrong hands, and that's kind of something that needs to be addressed, maybe with tougher gun laws. A lot of people get locked up with a gun. They, go to jail 6 months, get paroled, come right back out, buy another gun, and just keep going. So tougher gun laws, tougher background checks. You probably don't need, I don't see why we really need machine guns besides, they're just fun to shoot. I don't think you need a machine, a fully or semi-automatic or fully automatic machine gun to protect your house. So maybe the government could probably ban those, to cut down on rapid fire shootings. But yeah, I'm pro gun.
Mm-hmm.
That's my stance for protection.
Mm-hmm. I got a question. Well, I want everybody to answer that, but then I got a follow-up question for everybody too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say I'm pro gun. I got 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's all about, well, the primary obviously is protection, and for me, it's not about the pandemic because things were happening well before the pandemic. It's about protecting yourself. And out of all of us, I'm in an area, or I'm more in areas to where things can happen. So yeah, it's all about protecting yourself. And then but it's, to me, guns can be like tennis shoes. Like, how many pair of tennis shoes do you really need?
Mm-hmm.
Because you only can wear one pair at a time. Now, I guess you can have as many guns as you want, but like for me, like sometimes you see a gun and it's like, okay, I already got one, but I like this one. This one looks nice, so I get that one. And then I see another one that I like, and I get that one. In theory, I only need one, basically, for protection. But it kind of it could become an obsession to an extent, to where you just buying them because this one does different things and this one has a different capacity and whatnot. But you talk about gun laws. I mean, we can do a lot better in restricting, making sure people with mental illnesses don't, get their hands on guns. But at the end of the day, people gonna get guns.
Right.
A felon, whatever, they gonna get their hands on the gun, and it ain't, and it's just, that's kind of the way society is. I mean, it's I mean, I like, and say you're absolutely right. The United States is basically the only country that's plagued with mass shootings. They are few and far between in other countries.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess at the end of the day, I got to be pro gun because, and it's based on, like, someone who live in a suburban affluent area. Maybe a gun isn't is needed as much where they live. But these mass shootings ain't taking place in the ghetto. These mass shootings taking place in movie theaters,
Mm-hmm.
schools, grocery stores.
Mm-hmm.
So even when you think you might be safe, it can still happen. And I'd rather be in a position where I can defend myself than not be.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not the guns, it's the people. It's our mindset. When we graduated from high school, 1995. You know what I'm saying? You do a roll call of how many of us was walking around with guns. The answer might be 0. But times have changed since then. You know what I'm saying? And people are worried about protecting themselves. You know what I'm saying? I think one of the reasons that, they have loosened up some of the laws and made it accessible for citizens to walk around is because the back blows of unarmed people being killed and shot by cops. When you have a person that has a weapon and the cops shoot them, that's easier to say self-defense. You know what I'm saying? More so than the person didn't have a gun. They had a cell phone. You know what I'm saying? How the hell are you mistaking a cell phone for a weapon? You know what I'm saying? So you loosen up the laws to let everybody carry guns, and they already think we're ignorant. We will shoot ourselves and harm ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing I learned from taking a gun course is that protecting yourself in your home doesn't always mean you're innocent. Your house becomes a place of where they do the investigation. You know what I'm saying? You have to leave your house if you shoot and kill somebody inside of your house. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you may want to rethink that. You know, I never want to look into the future. Speaking now, look into the future. I never want to have to take anybody's life, you know what I'm saying, with a gun. I'm not a hunter. I don't plan on going out and killing rabbits or no deers or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But if I got it in my hand and my life's on the line, I'm going to use that motherfucker.
Absolutely.
I'm not going around trying to start no argument. I'm not trying to shoot nobody down because of road rage or anything like that. But what's going on in our society with all these mass shootings in schools and grocery stores and churches and shit like that, we need better gun laws in this country. You know, you want to get this help with this mass shooting shit, but these laws, change these laws and policies, and don't exclude nobody. Don't exclude no cops. Don't exclude anybody. You pull the trigger and it's not justified, you do an automatic time for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gets no play on this shit. Everybody does the time, and you will see how everybody started using a rational theory. You know, you don't get to take somebody's life using a gun, then want to cry mental health. You know, I'm not a fan of no shit like that. You know, you can shoot up everybody in the damn store, everybody in the movie theater, everybody in the school, but you never turned that gun on yourself. I don't rock with that. So I'm 50-50 with it, said, to be honest with you. You know, I'm 50-50.
Well, let me ask you like this: are you guys the pro gun guys? Or are you like somebody pull up on you, not pull up on you, but somebody catch you coming out of the store or, you know, Walmart or something. They pull up on you, hey, give me your money. Give me your money. You know, it's clearly they robbing you. They haven't, you know, I guess it's a threat. They got a gun.
Right.
Are you just trying to give it up and you let them go, even if you armed? Or are you trying to pull your arm out? So I don't get that. So, because to me, and I'll answer first, because to me, you got me. Here, take this shit. I can have a gun. If I have a gun, I'm gonna pull a gun out and have them react on me. Here, take this shit. Take this car. Take all this shit. You know, go with it. That's my thought on it. I'm interested to see if you get robbed or somebody trying to rob you and you do have a gun on you. What's the protocol? What do you do?
Well, the thing is, gun or no gun, if somebody got the drop on you, they got the drop.
Right.
You know, that's absolutely correct. You can have your shit on you. You can have it in your lap. But if you look down for a second to, you know, change the radio station and look up and you got the thing pointing in your face, you know, ain't nothing you can do about it. So yeah, if a person get the drop on you, don't matter if you got a gun or not.
So when you say it's for protection, it's for like somebody going crazy, like shooting, and you can have time to react. Is that kind of the idea?
Or in any scenario where you have time to react.
Gotcha.
But in your scenario, said you get ready to get robbed. If you see them coming and you can get to your gun, you probably would get to your gun. You wouldn't just stand there and say, "Okay, here you go." You would probably be getting to your gun, rack your gun, and get ready to shoot. You know what I'm saying? If you have enough time. But like Rodney said, right, if they have the drop on, you got to give it up.
Gotcha.
But like, you know, so one thing I do is like when I'm at a stoplight, you know what I'm saying, and I got all my wits about me. I'm in all three mirrors, just you know, I mean at nighttime, because you know, I tend to hang out sometimes. It'd be a little late, have a few drinks or whatever. So if I'm at a stoplight, you know, I'm checking my peripherals at all times, to make sure somebody don't get the drop on me. And if I'm at a light or a stop sign and I see somebody walking towards the car, I'm on point. Well, I try to be on point. Yeah. You know, I don't want to be to a point where, you know, motherfucker just at my window already, so they got me at that point. But you know, if I can help it, and if I see you coming, you know, I ain't, you know, it ain't, you know, pulled out and in the air pointing, but you know, I'm, you know, it's close.
Gotcha.
To where I can, you know, I'm watching this motherfucker, and if you know, If he make the wrong move, then hey, I ain't like Squeeze say, nobody wants to shoot anybody. I don't want to take anybody's
Well,
life.
I ain't gonna lie. That's why I'm anti-gun. I don't even want the gun on me because if they see a gun, they gonna get nervous and be ready to shoot. I'm willing to give it up no matter what already. So that's why I used to always say, I don't need a gun. If you come up with a gun and you need it that bad, you can have all of it. Let me walk away. I ain't gonna fight you for it. The reason why I got a gun was strictly for home protection. If someone busts in the home, we can get into a room and if you come through a certain door, you ain't walking back out the door. That was for me. But just carrying it on the street, I don't think I'm skilled enough to have a gun to get into a gunfight. Even if they didn't have a drop and it's time for me to pull it, I don't know if I'm skilled enough to pull it out and do what I need to do. Hell, I'd have been and missed them. And now I'm dead again.
You bring up a great point, and most of your gun owners and gun carriers have never been in a shootout before. They've been to the range and shoot. At the range don't shoot back, so you can hit that damn target. It's a different feeling when you hear them sounds and the bullets coming at your ass. Because just because you got a high caliber weapon, that doesn't mean that you're the best. You got the best aim. You know what I'm saying? You have to know when to duck, when to run, and when to give it up. You also have to know when to be smart on this shit too. You know what I'm saying? Rodney says somebody get the drop on your ass. It is what it is. You don't take offense. You just pray that they don't take your gun from you and use it against you. You know what I'm saying? You don't take that shit personal. You don't take it personal.
No. I'm just saying this. If they got the drop on me and they peep in the car and see the gun, that's gonna put that's gonna have that finger a little bit closer to squeezing, to where if he get the drop on me, I ain't got no gun, man. You can have all this.
Shit, you're gonna feel that you're gonna have the same experience if a cop pull you over and see a gun. It's gonna be the exact same experience. That motherfucker feeling intimidated or threatened because you have a gun. You know what I'm saying? Whether you have the license to carry or not, if they give you that opportunity to take your license from you and pull it up and see, hey, okay, I see you got the license to carry. That's up to their call, shit, depending on how they see your statue,
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Current events. Hughes, let's go with you next.
Okay,
Here we
how do
go.
you guys feel about your wife or your woman wearing see-through clothing in public? Is it an issue or is it no issue? Recently at the Oscars, Ciara came with Russell Wilson, and she had on this beautiful see-through dress, something that you would wear at the beach. You know what I'm saying? But they were at the Oscars. Is that an issue for you all? I'll go first for myself. I'm not into trying to tell my wife what to wear, but I want her to be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Like cover yourself up. Even at the beach, those like kind of dress that they wear over top of their swimsuit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can feel a certain way as a man about, God damn, baby, showing everything. You know what I'm saying? But you're going swimming. You know what I'm saying? But we had a public event. For me, I would have an issue, and it doesn't matter about the beauty or non-beauty. I would have an issue with my wife coming out the house. You know what I'm saying? In like a see-through dress that's showing her ass, her legs, her crotch, and her breasts. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you guys think about that? And did you see the picture?
Yeah, I saw the picture.
Okay.
Well,
No, I didn't see it. But yeah, I'll go along with that. It's I would have a problem wearing see-through shit where you can see everything, and we go into like say a party, for instance.
Right.
Say a party, we go to the party and she got on the see-through dress. That's ain't shit appropriate about that one.
All right.
I second that. We ain't even leaving the house. You might as well. It's a wrap. Like we wouldn't make it to the event. That's all I can say.
So, of course, I think I'm with you, all you guys. But here's the thing: my wife ain't Sierra. You know what I'm saying? My wife ain't a superstar singer, actress, not on red carpets or anything like that. So of course, as me as a normal guy, and we're normal people, I'm gonna say, hell no, my wife ain't wearing that shit. But what if your wife was Rihanna or Beyonce or some big time star? Is it different?
I guess because it's a brand to do that.
Yes, it's the part of everything.
That's kind of like saying, like being married to a stripper or whatever. Like that's just what they do. That's their brand. I wouldn't like it, but I would probably understand it, and I probably would ask to switch it up. Like you gotta do something different.
I look at it like I think what you're alluding to said is that if you dating a celebrity, this is what you signed up for, right?
Yeah, I mean,
and so
Sierra, you know what I'm saying? She ain't regular.
Yeah, so she's beautiful, right? But you don't have to do it. Like when you think about a celebrity being in their first movie, and they put your wife in this sex scene, and it's fake. Her titty swinging all over the scene, dude fucking the shit out of her. It's fake. And she didn't tell you about it. Y'all dressed up in tux at the movie premiere, walking the red carpet, and here come this scene where they fucking for look what feels like 20 minutes or 2 hours. And you like, what the fuck? It's fake though. But your ego is your ego is your ego. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have a problem with that, even though I know I signed up to date this celebrity. Like, goddamn, why you let them do you like that? I definitely would have a problem with it,
I got a question, Hughes. Is there a dollar value that would change that mindset?
That would make me feel like my people is getting pimped out, and you're not fighting for yourself. You don't let them make no ass out of you. You're the only one in that movie they had a fuck scene like that. Titty swinging all out, motherfucker got you. They film your pubic hairs, bend over, they can see your ass crack. Like, what? Why would you sign up for some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
so
you don't get nominated for shit. You don't get nominated for shit. You didn't have no speaking parts. It's just you moaning. Like, nah.
You got a porno star. You ain't got no actress.
This going back to you when you say you don't like sex scenes in movies.
Think about Halle Berry Monster Ball. Like, that was like, she's a caliber actress that did like that.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
But what about if it's like an extra $5 million for her to do this scene?
Man, ain't no money, and what you're doing is you letting a billionaire pimp out your woman.
But Squeak, I get that. I see what you're saying, but she got an Oscar for that. You know what I'm saying? That was real acting. You know what I'm saying?
That shit.
It was a part of the story. I know what you're saying. It may not have to been that bad, that graphic, but at the end of the day, she got an Oscar for that. You know what I'm saying? That whole role, she got an Oscar. She got the best award you could have got for that.
She lost her man too. She lost her man.
Yeah.
She lost a bunch of men. Come on now.
She can't keep a man.
I would have a problem. That's just me. I'm being honest as I possibly can. I would tell her to take the job, not knowing that I'm going to this movie theater to sit down and see her have this raunchy looking sex scene. You know what I'm saying? With a cat that just shook my hand and told me, all this other shit. Like, we come up out this movie theater, my brother. Yeah, come on over this way. I need to talk to your ass. That shit look too real. That's just me though. That's my ego.
Suppose you do know though in advance. You okay with it?
No, I'm not okay with it, but I don't have no control over her career. At that point, it's coming. Do you get up and walk away? You know what I'm saying? If I don't see it, maybe I'm okay with it. You know what I'm saying? But it's not about controlling, but it's like everybody has a jealous streak about them. You know what I'm saying? They could lie and say they don't, but as long as you love somebody and you date somebody, you have a jealous streak about you. You don't want to see 3 ish-shaped guys got your woman in the circle talking business or whatever, but from across the room, shit, it looked like they talking about running a damn train. You know what I'm saying? You see wife smile all her motherfucking teeth, From across the room, it looked like she's saying, what time, when y'all gonna do it? But they talking business, professional and shit like that. But your ego can have your mind all over the place. I know I'm not the only one that's like this, but shit, if I am, I'm sorry. Shit. I'm sorry.
Okay, sounds like you would get
You
your
didn't feel
gun
that way
application
Saturday night,
turned
did you?
down.
I ain't hear what y'all said. Say that again.
Let me go first,
feel
right?
like that- You didn't feel like that Saturday night, did you?
Nah.
I was
Oh,
thinking the same thing. Like, how she was talking to 3 guys in a circle.
Nah, not at all. She wasn't naked either. Nah. Shit. Go ahead,
Right.
Joe. What you say?
Nope. Let me just move on. Let me let it go. Current events. Well, anybody got anything else?
I got one. I forgot to send it in, but we've talked a lot about ownership, black ownership in these sports franchises. So it came out recently that Jordan is in talks about selling his majority stake with the Hornets, and the group it's not a black group. So I guess my question to you all would be, does he have, being that he is pretty much the only, I know he's pretty much the only black owner in sports.
Yeah.
Does he have a responsibility to sell to another black person?
Yes.
Yes. I'm yes too on that.
So why do you all feel that way?
He black and he's the only one. So now you kind of like wiping us out again. He got he put the toe in the water and now he's taking it out because he's saying it's not good. You got to keep that train running. It's more black people that got enough money and interest to buy their portions of the team. So just like they do, like, I'm not selling it to you unless you're black, because I'm not gonna go back what I created by being the first black owner of a team, majority owner. You're not doing what you did.
I'm with on that 100%. And we can. It's a black group so they can come up with the money. So it ain't even got to be a play. We ain't trying to do none of that. We just saying, hey, we're gonna keep this train moving. Just like Ed said, I think he has a responsibility to sell it to a a black group or a black person.
He can hold off about 3 years and sell it to LeBron.
He could.
I say this as if I was a business owner, I hear what you all are saying. He has an obligation, sell it to some blacks. If I got a number, I want somebody to hit that number. If I'm saying $7 billion, I don't care how many black people that take. Y'all hit that. Y'all hit that mark. I may give y'all to December of this year. If you all don't pony up and hit my $7 billion mark, don't come to me with no damn 1.5 million. We're gonna pay you next 30. Don't do none of that shit. I will give you enough time as an owner to hit my mark so we can keep this thing going. Don't try to get no hood discount for me or no shit like that.
So that's one thing I wanted to bring up too, was like, does he, he shouldn't have to take a loss just to sell it to a black person.
No. But I'm saying it's enough black people that got the money that can do that. But truth be told, he got his chance from the other black dude.
Yeah, Bob Johnson.
Bob Johnson.
From the dude from BT. So he paid it forward. If it was me, he need to write in the contract.
Yeah, he went out and got Michael and made Michael that offer because Michael was the GM of the Wizards at that time, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He played it forward.
He was Jordan had a minority stake in the franchise. Because he
minority
was
stake in
with the Hornets. He had a minority stake.
But I thought it was after Bob Johnson offered that to him. Because if I'm not mistaken, when he was the GM of the Wizards, he couldn't do that. So he let that down.
When he stopped playing with the Wizards, that was over with. Like he was done with the Wizards.
Okay.
He was only GM. He was GM, and then he went down and played, and then they let him go, and then he was done with the Wizards.
Okay.
He went to the Hornets. He had a minority stake in the Hornets.
I remember that.
And then when Bob Johnson wanted to wanted to move on, that's when he brought Mike up to get the majority stake.
Okay.
And I think he needs to keep playing it forward because he got to play forward to him. So that even strengthens that you cannot let that go.
Good point.
That's hard, man. So you saying, and if a Saudi Arabia prince offered you $20 billion for the Charlotte Hornets and you the owner, you gonna turn that down?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I got my offer of, let's just say, $5 billion. That's what I want. That's what I need.
Right.
I got started, and I'm looking for a black to take it, which I know there's some out there that can do it.
Right.
So would you openly say that? I mean, that you wouldn't openly say you're looking for another black person, right?
No, I'm not openly saying it, but I'm saying it like I'm. Let's just say you get.
I wouldn't feel no way.
Yeah, I'm just saying it. Your PR mess you up, so you can't say it like that. But people will know that's what I'm looking for. Now you got, let's just say, a white guy, and they gonna pay me double to buy it.
They're gonna pay us triple.
I'm not broke, so I don't need triple.
But you ain't got $20 billion.
But you selling it at a profit. You selling it at a profit. He probably bought the Wizards for like $600,000. I mean, 600 million. Or 300 million or 400 million or something like that. He's gonna sell it for billions. So you making a return on your money, so a significant return on your money.
Now you're just being greedy.
I would say, man, no.
So you saying no to that $20 billion? You said
I am because it's more important for a black person or a black group to own this team than me to make a fortune. I'm already gonna make a fortune.
Well, let's keep it realistic.
Mm-hmm.
I just looked at it. They're worth $1.7 billion.
Okay.
So you're probably looking at an offer of $2 billion.
No, I think because
maybe 2.5.
But the Denver Broncos got $4 billion. It doesn't matter what the team is worth. It's what
that's an NFL team, though.
That's NFL. NBA NFL.
That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point.
I mean, but what is Charlotte doesn't have any competitive sports, right? They don't have a baseball team, no football team.
Yeah, it
don't matter when a new owner they can move it. They're moving the team up out of Charlotte.
But $2 billion. So say if they get $2 billion, that's probably going rate for an NBA franchise.
Yeah, because I think the Clippers, Steve Ballmer bought the Clippers. He was the last one.
$3 billion.
Or one of the last ones, and he bought them for $2 billion.
Okay. So let's say you get $2 billion. You didn't pay that for it. He paid what? 400 million, 500 million, something like that, 600 million. So you making 3 times your money back. You don't gotta make 20 billion, man. You can make that, keep it moving, get you a black ownership because you owe it. Just like Ant said, Bob Johnson made sure that a black man would have majority stake. Now you need to make sure, which he ain't, suck ass nigga, which he ain't. He's gonna sell it to some white boys. So sorry, Pod Deep fans, if I offended anybody with that,
but shit, you got $20 billion. You can start your own damn. Your own NBA.
No, it won't work. It won't work. You need the other owners. You need that other owners, man. It won't work. Just like The Rock trying to start a new NFL. That ain't gonna work. Like realistically, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
But see, I think with him, I don't think he wants to be involved in that shit anymore. Like it's not for no. I'm not saying this is. I'm not saying that to make an excuse for him. I'm just saying in general. Like I don't think he's worried about money when
Yeah,
it comes to it. He
right.
just don't want to be a part of it no more as the head guy. Because I think what I read is that he would maintain a minority stake in the franchise. He just selling his majority stake.
You don't want
I
no
think he's
decision
just tired
making.
of just losing and
His
just
name
being bad.
associated with losing.
Huh?
His name being associated with losing.
You mean to tell me you wouldn't, like a Jay-Z wouldn't be interested in doing it? Excuse me, a Jay-Z, Sean, P. Diddy, they wouldn't be interested in owning a professional team.
Shit, Oprah, Robert
Oprah,
Smith,
yeah,
Allen,
I mean,
Perry.
Byron Allen.
that's the thing about it. Like we name a lot of people who are billionaires, but it's what's the interest outside of the hip hop people. What's the interest of Tyler Perry or Oprah Winfrey in owning the franchise? We throw those names out there because we know they got the money,
right?
But what's their interest in it?
It's true. That's true. You got to find somebody that want to do it, but there's got to be worldwide technology, dude. There's got to be somebody that want to own
David Allen.
Got to be somebody that own.
Like I said, the next best person is LeBron, but he just have to wait 3 years for him to retire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, he could want it, but I don't know what would be available for him though, man.
That's why Mike. I'm just saying is if he really, for me, if I'm advising him, wait till LeBron retire, sell him a Porsche, sell it to him, playing it full. That's what you do. Keep a black person majority and a basketball person so we can get more jobs spread through more general managers and coaches.
But are you really doing that if there's only one?
If you take that one out, then we ain't getting no more.
I get that. But even just having that one, I mean, how do you make the progress of making to where there are other owners? Because if I'm just handing that one down from black dude to black dude, okay, yeah, we make sure we got one black owner in the league, but is that really doing anything if you're not making any progress to have it other black owners?
You can't get to two without having one first.
Well, you've had one for quite a while, so how do you get that one to two?
Shit, ain't nothing came available that
right.
They would offer to us.
Wait. Let's back up. When the Clippers was on sale, do the NBA owners do the same thing that the NFL owners do? Do they vote? Okay.
So you gotta get approved to buy the team.
They want to keep, man. They want to keep it. And I ain't like this at all. But for those kind of things, they wanted to keep it. They want to keep a certain circle of people, a certain family names attached to stuff.
Right.
So, I think it's
because don't Jay-Z and them own a little bit of the Nets?
Yeah, they got like Nelly minority stakes. Serena Williams own minority stakes. There's black people are in ownership, but nobody owns the majority stake. Like they're ahead of decision making. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of blacks got money into these sports teams, but nobody is really the owner. Dwayne Wade, they all got little pieces.
Mm-hmm. And as liberal as the NBA is, they still are similar to the NFL, and
that's a fact.
They keep it, like they'll hire as many black coaches and as many general managers as you can have half the coaches in the league be damn near black sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit better with the NBA, but I get you.
All right, fellas. Anybody else on the current events?
I got a segment I want to introduce.
Okay.
Are we going to Swerp of the Week?
No, go ahead.
So I want to introduce this walkbacks segment that anything you ever said on this podcast or anything you ever thought that you have now changed your opinion on, your view. And I want to call this the walkback section. So I'm going to kick this off. Rodney once asked, could I see myself being an activist? And my answer was like, nah, I couldn't be no activist. But I think there comes a moment in time where you have to stand up, you know. So I'm changing and walking back that answer to yes. Another topic that I have that I will walk back is Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. You know, once I put everything together, did the 360, I've since changed my mind on that. I don't think slapping somebody and losing your career and have your wife throwing you under the bus is really worth it, you know. So that's my walk back.
So just to be clear, at first you was pro Will Smith, and now you anti. Like, explain that one.
So to me, what I saw from Chris Rock's stand-up special, that's enough to make me want to whip his ass, right? And that's just me talking. If I'm Will Smith, but Will Smith can't do anything at this moment because of the slap from the Oscars. What Chris did was way more vicious in his stand-up than what happened in the Oscars. So now, if you can't slap somebody for just making a joke, and they put a whole segment on your ass on a stand-up show, that means that what you did first was not worth it. Because this time he called your wife a bitch, and he called you a bitch, and now you have to take that. So that made me really kind of think about it. Like, I think I've been answering this more so about myself personally. If somebody said my wife, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to answering the question, should Will Smith have went up there and slapped Chris Rock? And the answer is no. He could have really actually waited for him to come off stage and got at him and saved his career and invited back to the Oscars and stuff like that. But that's my walk. That's my walk back.
Gotcha.
I got a question. Don't you think Chris Rock had to do what he did for a stand-up? He just gave the people what they wanted. I didn't think he made them wait for a year, and then a year later, because he stayed quiet and kept it neutral for a whole year, and he just gave the people what they want. Everyone wanted him to do a whole stand-up on Will and a slap. Everybody wanted it. He just gave the people what they wanted.
I think people wanted more. I think people wanted more, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? But you know, once you're the victim, you don't get to control how the victim responds. You know what I'm saying? You lose that power. You know, and Chris Rock is the victim. So what he hit Will Smith with was more humiliating. What the slap.
Will Smith was more humiliated than when his wife came on TV in an entanglement.
That shit, I don't trip out that shit.
Well, I understand his wife humiliated Will Smith more than what Chris was just doing a business decision.
I mean, when you say his wife,
he got a whole Netflix special, and he just gave the people what they wanted.
When you say his wife humiliated him, you got to look at it like this. It ain't like Will was washing dishes. She said, "Baby, come sit down." He knew what she was about to do. He on board with that. He ain't humiliated by that. Like most husbands would be. He's not humiliated, because if he was humiliated, he probably would have swung on her. He would have been going out to August Alsina. He ain't humiliated by that, by no means. I don't think he is, me personally.
Well, I don't think he humiliated by Chris Rock, because he knew Chris Rock had to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just my thought.
Anybody else want to walk back anything?
It's a good segment. I'll have something for next time. That's a good segment. I like it.
I had one, but shit, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and I forgot what it was. I definitely had one, but oh well.
What about you? Okay. And you got to walk back.
I still stand on everything I said.
Tyreek Hill included.
Right.
You should have known the answer to that one.
You got to walk back, Jared?
I'm like Rodney. I had one probably, but I forgot.
No problem.
I did want to ask y'all one question, and it's kind of, I don't know if y'all watching the World Baseball Classic.
Nope.
Do y'all think it was good? And do you think they're gonna end it because old boy got hurt in the game, the one that they just paid all that money to, the best reliever?
But he didn't get hurt in the game though. He got hurt celebrating.
He got hurt in the World Baseball Championship. He didn't
But
get hurt with the Mets.
he didn't get hurt in the actual playing of a game. So I don't see why that would stop it.
Somebody got hit with a pitch too, right?
Yeah, somebody.
I think it's
Altuve.
Altuve.
Altuve got hit in the hand. Hey, have y'all watched it though? Man, this is good. It's good TV. Like I'm taping it right now.
Elimination, yeah.
It's so good, man. I mean, these guys care. You know, like, and you playing for your team, like you playing for the USA, and they against Puerto Rico, against against
playing for your country.
Japan tonight for the championship. I mean, it's just exciting to me. So I think
other countries they have that passion more than America do.
No, I think we got it. I think
I just say I wouldn't have that type of passion that they have.
I think the thing is single game elimination. It gives you that NCAA kind of feel.
Yeah.
So the series are cool, but you can lose one and come back and win the next 3 or 4. With it being single elimination, I think that's where you get the passion and all the rest of it. I love it, and I hope they don't get rid of it because of these injuries to star players.
Yeah, I don't think they would.
They signed it up. They signed it up for the next year or the next 2 years. It'll definitely be one in the next 2 years, but after that, they're not sure though.
Oh, I got my walk back. I just remembered it. It was about the spouse or girlfriend or whatever that's cheating, and would you tell one of y'all, what's going, if they're cheating or not? And I think I said I would, but I had to walk that back. I wouldn't tell. I think what you would have to do is you would have to make sure, like let's say I see your wife out with another guy. It's not for me to come back and tell you, but it would be better for me to make sure she see me, and that way she know I know, and it's like, hey, we can have a conversation like, hey, I don't know what you and my boy got going on, but you probably need to square this away. Mm-hmm. So, as opposed to me running back to you all and saying, hey, man, guess what I just saw? I think the better option would just to be, go up to her, make sure she see you, y'all have a conversation, and then you go from there, as opposed to diving right in and telling you, because maybe you with it, maybe you gave her the money to go out and had this little rendezvous.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For as much as we know each other, we don't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's my walk back. I wouldn't inject myself that way. I would have a conversation with her.
That's a good one.
I would agree with that. If you see Pam out tripping, don't tell me that you did this, because all it's going to do is drive a wedge between me and you. And now I got to choose. Do I believe my boy or do I believe my wife? I don't even want to know. Don't tell me. I'd rather you put pressure on her to have to come to me, or just try to lead me there. But don't put me in the middle. Don't have me choose between you, and I got to figure out between you and my wife who lying and who ain't.
But why the fuck would we lie about something like that? Who the fuck lies about that?
I didn't say you would lie. I just said, but I'm gonna have to choose a side. Regardless.
No, you don't. You gotta investigate.
What?
You don't have to choose.
No, then don't tell
You're
me.
telling me the truth. It's the end of the relationship.
And don't tell me. Just keep it under wraps.
Hey,
Man,
motherfucker, tell me. You tell me. Run, tell me. Tell me. Yeah, tell me.
You say hit your line ASAP, huh?
Now the thing was on that when we was talking about it, the thing was you don't want to put your job in jeopardy. Now I don't want you to put your job in jeopardy, but if your job ain't in jeopardy, your life ain't in jeopardy, your kids ain't in jeopardy, nigga, tell me.
But in that scenario, what was your scenario? You an IT person or something?
Yeah, you're in IT, so you would lose your job.
And
because
your job is to review all emails sent out.
Yeah.
So you see this email that she sent out, you confront her about it. Like, look, bitch, you know I'm the IT guy. You know I gotta read these emails. I saw what you read. I mean, I saw what you sent out.
You ain't see shit. Mind your business.
Right.
You know how to talk.
Right. If you did see something, you won't have no job, my nigga.
Right.
Yeah.
No. Look, bitch, you can't be sending these type of emails on company time, ho. That ain't got shit to do with our company. So you in violation of our policy, bitch. Now what you want to do?
Right.
Let's go to HR. Come on. Let's go. But yeah.
All right, here we go. Swerp of the week. I'm going to kick this one off. My swerp of the week. I've been waiting for it to happen. I keep checking the news. I want to see that indictment, that perp walk. My swerp of the week is Donald Trump about to be indicted. So I just want to see how that plays out. Probably gonna make bail in 5 minutes, but I want to see how it plays out.
What? It's 9:00. When they trying to lock him up?
Tomorrow.
It's supposed to be any day now, any time.
Yeah.
Man, that motherfucker be asleep.
My swerp, Dame. My swerp is Dame Lillard, and I'm a big Dame fan. But he said he's talking about shutting it down. He's shutting it down. There's no apparent injury or anything like that, but he's planning on shutting it down. Now Dame is making $42 million this year. He signed a $176 million contract. I mean, come on, man. If you how can you look a fan in the face that's paying a hard-earned dollar to come see you, and you don't give me a whole season, and you ain't hurt, and you shut it out because you're not in the playoffs? I mean, that's foul. I mean, I'm a big Dame fan.
Didn't LeBron do that?
Yeah, I don't know if he did or not, but LeBron had an injury.
He could have came back that one year, but they weren't in the playoffs, so he decided not to come back.
Exactly. At least he, I'm with you, right? And there's no excuse for it, but at least he had an injury, and they just, they didn't want him to re-injure it. But if you're playing healthy and you're ending the season and you're out of it, and you just say, "Nah, I don't want to get hurt," you swerve, and you're making that kind of money. And you're making $42 million a year to play 82 games. You're making $500,000 a game. I mean, it's crazy. So, and I like Dame, but that's my swerve of the week.
Hey, if you healthy and you don't play, you still get paid like that?
Mm-hmm.
NBA guaranteed.
Yeah, guaranteed. He can shut it down. Sad.
Well, I go. My swerve of the week is Anthony Younger for not making it to the party, having to stay here for my son and my family stuff. I'm swerve for the week. I should have been there. The Pod Deep podcast could have been all in one place, having a good time, dressed up. I was supposed to be there, so I'm swerve for the week for that one. I'm owning that one.
I'll go next. I'm gonna go with Anthony Davis / Los Angeles Lakers. And it didn't even happen this week. It may have happened last week when they sat him down. He had a great game the game before, and then they played the Houston Rockets the next game, and they didn't play him. He didn't have any injury. They didn't play him because they thought they could beat the Rockets without him, and they got ran off the court. So the Lakers are Swerp. Anthony Davis is Swerp for letting them hold him out even when he ain't hurt. and I just hope they continue on this path so I can get that $25 up out of Sid.
That's a
big
done
game.
deal right there.
That was a big game too, man. That was a good swing game.
Hold on. So what is it, Rodney? Make it to the first round or make it out the first round?
They have to play a 7-game series.
So they got to get out of that 10, 9, 7 stuff.
Yeah. So they basically got to win 2 games just to get to a 7-game series.
Yeah, I told Sid they can beat anybody and they can lose to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. My Swerp of the week is going to hip hop rapper out of New York by the name of Troy Ave, a gangster rapper that was involved in a concert shooting where he took a gun from somebody, walked inside the club, and just fired a shot. What he did is he talked all this gangster shit, and he got on the stand and he cooperated. And for that, he's my Swerp of the week.
Yes,
That wasn't
man.
recent though, was it?
Who is it?
Troy, yeah.
Troy.
That was like a few years ago though, right?
The shooting was, the trial happened.
Trial just happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
The shooting was. You up, Jared?
Already went Donald
did.
Trump. Hey, Troy
yeah.
Ave. If you're Troy Ave and Taxstone is trying to say that you killed the bodyguard, you wouldn't testify? You would keep it straight? You wouldn't testify?
Listen, this goes against your code. You know what I'm saying? Like, this goes against your game. I'm a civilian. Yeah, I can testify. But this is the shit that he was rapping about, you being a rat and all this. He cooperating. He's everything that he rapped against, and everything he stood against. So you can't have them big draws and talk all that shit, but then when the fire's on, you're like, nah, he did it,
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
But isn't this the norm though? People always talk about saying, not snitching and whatever, but isn't this what we see? People saying one thing, but then when the pressure get on them, they do another thing.
That's a fact. Yeah, you see it a lot. Other than Bobby Smurder, who was given the door to walk out of, and he stood 10 toes down for his man. It was like, listen, if you don't give him, if you don't give him my sentence, I stay in. We'll both do that same time, and they did that. He was able to get out earlier, but he chose not to. He probably one of the few rappers that you have, just
Is that smart?
I mean, when you look at, he was one of the hot young New York rappers, and he can't, get back to that spot. So he pretty much lost the spot. But here's two. He put himself in that situation. He was rapping about the crime. They didn't have any evidence on him, but he put himself in that situation.
Yeah.
So,
All right, here we go. Let's wrap it up.
all right.
Anybody have anything before we go?
Oh.
All right, let's sign off. Got to say something besides peace. 1, 2, 3.
See you next week.
All right.
Thanks for coming out. God bless.